So today we're going to learn how to use the pen tool to create Bezier curves. Now we use the Bezier selection tool in pixel art, but it's a little different when you're actually making things called paths. Now the pen tool makes exactly that, paths, both straight and curved. So let's go over how to do both of them. To make a straight line, you simply click and create anchor points. Every time you click down, an anchor point is formed. If I want a closed path, meaning I can fill it with color, I just need to make sure I go back in the direction of my first point, hover my mouse over the first point, make sure that little circle pops up, and then I can close my shape. This allows me to fill this with color and create like figures and shapes. Okay, now if I just want a line, I can simply just click. Now right now it has a fill. I'm going to hit enter when I'm done. I'm going to hit trash can. So you can see without a fill, it's just a line. So I can make kind of any little geometric thing. But most of the time, when we're creating as designers, we're drawing curved paths. To make a curved path with the pen tool or a Bezier curve, instead of just clicking, you're going to click and drag. And these handles will be formed, and the handles tell you the direction and how intense the curve is going to be. So if I want a subtle curve, I'll keep my mouse close to the original anchor point. If I want an intense curve, I kind of pull it outward. It also tells me the direction. Is my curve going to the right? I'll pull to the right. To the left? I'll pull to the left. So I'm going to keep this up and down for now because I want my curve to go somewhat upward. And you'll see that now I have a curved line being formed. But it hasn't been formed yet until I click again to create the next line. And as I click and drag, you can see my handle. Now where people get kind of confused is they end up like flipping things over. Just be mindful of how aggressively you pull your mouse when you work with curves. It'll make a difference. Okay, and that's how you make a curved line. Now quickly, if I wanted to kind of change the style of line, I suddenly don't want a curved line for the next thing. I actually want it to be straight. If I just click, it's going to actually have that curve because that handle exists. So let's talk about clipping a handle or changing the nature of a path. So I'm zooming in so you can see. We're going to use a modifier key today, which is Alt. When you use Alt and you hover your mouse over the last point, you see that little upside down V. If I make sure I click down, my handle will disappear. So I'm holding Alt, clicking on the last point. Now I can draw a perfectly straight line without having to worry. I can do the same thing by changing the direction from straight to curve by going over my last point, dragging, and then drawing. Okay? Now the good thing about curved lines is it allows us to make anything. And the bad thing about it is that it takes some practice getting used to kind of that directionality. Now the thing students often mess up on is that they confuse the handles with the points. So they'll think that this guy is a point and this guy, but really this is the anchor point. And these are the Bezier handles on the side. Okay? So that's the difference between a curved path and a straight one.